All right, first up today are the South Carolina Gamecocks, represented by head coach Don Staley and student athletes Chloe Kitts and Te-Hina Paopao. Coach, if you would please make an opening statement.
Just want to say congratulations to Indiana for making it to the second round and giving us a hard-fought game. We knew coming in it would be very similar to the basketball that was displayed out there for the last 2 hours. Proud of our team, the way they gutted up and didn't flinch. It wasn't pretty, but at this time, it doesn't have to be. You just got to score more points than the other team and work the kinks out as we advance into the tournament.
Opening up for questions just for the student athletes. Please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. We'll start with David on the right.
Powell, 4 blocks today. Just where did that come from? Just did you think the team really needed it at that point? Just kind of take us through that if you could.
Yeah, y'all see that. But not really proud of myself. I had more blocks than threes today, but that's okay. I thought today was more of a defensive mindset for myself. The scouting report was, she's a really good player, so I didn't want to let my team down. And so I'm part of the seatbelt gang now, so I'm really proud of that as well. And I just got to carry that defensive mindset throughout the tournament as well.
Let's go to Pete in the third row.
For both Chloe and Pau, what happened in the first half, and how did you guys turn the switch in the third quarter?
Tina, take that first, please.
The first half, I feel like we were overthinking a lot of things. We weren't keeping it simple, and I feel like when we keep things simple and do what we do, we play great basketball. And we were rushing a lot of shots, and we weren't locked in on making layups today. And, in the halftime, we told each other that we're good. Just keep it simple, make layups, and find the open person.
Chloe?
Yeah, exactly what she said. I mean, we were all just missing our easy layups, and there wasn't really flow in the game. And then second half, we turned it around.
Oh, and getting stops as well. Very key.
Other questions? Let's go back to the left.
Hey guys, looking ahead to the Sweet 16, how are you guys planning to attack that process of just getting prepared, especially with a few days off? Is there anything specific you guys want to work on in film or practice?
Chloe?
We have 1 day off, so we don't have a few. So, we're just going to watch our film and do what the coaches say for our scout. We're all super excited, and we know we need to take one game at a time.
Tina?
What Chloe said, we're going to take tomorrow off, I think. I don't know. I'm assuming. But we just got to get our minds right, get our bodies right. We got to rest and recover. It's going to be a long stretch for us, so we just got to be prepared, be disciplined, and get ready for our next game.
Let's go ahead, David.
Oh, if both of you could take this. Yeah. Just when you talked about yourself at halftime, was there one person who said something? Was it a group effort? Just who really spoke up at that point?
Tina?
Good luck with that answer.
Me.
Okay.
No, it was me. I just told the team, hey, we got to keep it simple. I think we were second-guessing ourselves, and we play team basketball. We play great basketball, and it's really fun to play great basketball. And, Coach says good basketball is going to reward you, and that's what happened coming out of the third quarter. So that's the mindset. We just got to keep it simple and do what we do.
Chloe?
Pau just calmed us down. Exactly what she said.
Lula, in front.
Question for each of you. One, Chloe, what does it look like when Pau does calm everybody down? Is it kind of vocal? Is it just walk me through what that is like?
She's became more vocal over time, but I feel like just her presence calms us down, like when she's in the game with us. Just playing with her, I just feel so much more calm out there. And I've talked to a couple of my teammates, and we all kind of feel the same.
And Pau, for you, you've talked about kind of the emotions of obviously you knew this was going to be your last game in CLA regardless. I guess how, when you're down fighting back versus when you hit that 3 with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, just the wave of emotions, is it trying to stay steady or is it you allow yourself to kind of go up in those moments?
You just got to stay calm and be consistent. You can't go too high with the highs and too low with the lows. And when you got a team like us, they trust you, they have confidence in you. And when you play for, Coach, she does a really good job with that and putting your trust in you. And so, shout out to the fams. Y'all made my experience here so much fun. Super blessed, and it's been a fun experience so far.
Other questions? Joe?
Te-Hina, just kind of following up on this, this was your last game at Colonial Life Arena. Walk me through those emotions and what it was like playing for the Fams one last time.
It was fun. When we had that stretch in the third quarter, it was so loud, and just being able to play in, fans like that is just makes the experience even more better. And I cherish the moments that we had today, and I'm just super proud of our team, and just we just got to keep it pushing. And shout out to the Fams for always showing support and love.
Other questions? Anyone? No? All right, you all can go. Thank you. Congratulations. Take questions now for Coach Staley. Start with David.
Don, you mentioned the good luck with the voice in the huddle. What do you mean by that? Is there one player as a group effort to talk to them in those moments?
Well, they just told me, Paul, calm them down, but I'm sure it was amongst 9 to 10 other voices talking. So it's just a daycare. That's what I'm referencing. It's not like a board meeting where there's one person talking at a time. It is chaos. So I was glad to see they actually stopped to listen to her, because what she says is coming from being an experienced player that's been through this process, and we need her voice.
Pete?
Dawn, how did you feel about that first half, and were you sure they would find their stride in the third quarter?
Yes, I mean it's a little unnerving, because it's not how you envision execution. I thought we were getting great looks, they just wouldn't fall. So for us is if we're going to get the same type of looks, we're probably going to be in good shape, because we're not going to Chloe and Fagan aren't going to be. I think they were 0 for 10, 0 for. And then I think Joyce made one layup, and that was off of a broken play. Lay got a steal and tossed it back to her, and she made we're a very efficient post group of bigs. So sooner or later, somebody's going to get on course to do what they normally do. I think we settled in. I think our defense got a lot better in the third quarter and afforded us a lead to the point where we just held on and got the win.
Lou?
Paopao, her defense today, what did you think of those 4 blocks and stepping up, especially in the first half there?
Powell's defense was great. It was executed to a T. That young lady, I don't want to butcher her last name. We just call her Shay. So O'Shea does a really good job going left. She is unconscious going left. She is super efficient. And Powell just sat on her left hand, forced her right. She did get, I think she got 12 points. But she would have gotten a lot more if she got into the flow of going left. So I thought she did a great job. We told her that in the locker room. And I'm happy that we're helping to complete Powell, because for the longest her reputation is she can just flat out shoot the ball. She's a consummate point guard, and I don't think her defense gets enough credit in the past 2 years that she's been with us, because it's gotten better and better and better, and then she had performances like she did today.
Joe?
Coach, you saw a lot of poise from your veterans. Talk to me about how big that is, especially in this time of year.
It's huge. We have to lean on, we got to lean on our most experienced players. They've been here before. They've done it time and time again through being on the court or just, seeing it from sitting on the bench. That is experience being in these situations. And I really don't want to, this is not, we don't take any of this for granted. We didn't think we were just going to walk over to opponents in the first and second round, but getting to a Sweet 16 is hard. It's hard, and to do it in as many consecutive years that we've done it, it doesn't get old. It's not taken for granted, and we cherish the opportunity to move to the second weekend in the NCAA tournament.
Your third row?
Hey, Coach. What have you found is the best process for getting your players and your coaching staff ready from round to round of the NCAA tournament?
From where?
From round to
Round to
round.
round?
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's really important to balance the rest part of it, balance the active recovery, balance the film sessions, and balance really how much the players are locked in. I mean, we read the room when it comes to them. If they're focused in, our time on the court is probably cut in half. If they're not, we'll probably have more film sessions. I think we did one drill yesterday where we just went up and down. It was at the very beginning. It's a conditioning drill that we do every day before a game. And then everything else was just half court, just making sure that we're able to execute what we need to execute. They are a fine oil machine. They run their stuff. They execute it. They got you working on both sides of the court when we're on defense. Just well-rounded and calculated and deliberate in what they want to do. So they're exhausted. I know our players are exhausted, but it takes that to beat a team like Indiana.
Front row, Lulu.
Going back to what you said about Pau's defense, could you just provide some maybe behind-the-scenes perspective of how she's developed the last 2 years with it specifically? Because a lot of it is what we see on the court.
I mean, it's developed over the past 2 years, probably from her being targeted. Like they go after her. They put her in ball screen actions. They target her to be able to defend. They wear her out so her shot isn't as fluid, in the third and fourth quarters. And then you get tired of hearing that because they'll tell you, hey, Pao, you're up. They're coming after you. And you hear it over and over again. And then we give her ways in which, you can decrease the amount of times that people are getting what they want on the floor. So she's taking heed to just getting better. I mean, we're a culture of playing defense. And if you don't play it, you stick out. And Paul's not one that wants to stick out in that way.
Other questions? Got one standing there.
Hey, Coach, the players were talking a little earlier about the atmosphere from the fans. At the send-off today, I talked to one lady who's from Florida who has season tickets, who comes for every game, people who came from North Carolina, people who came from Georgia. What do you want to say about the commitment? They talked a little bit about the controversy in Greenville about possibly, wanting to move to a quote-unquote neutral location, and their point today was fans will travel from outer space, Paris, wherever, but the atmosphere that they created today is what I really want you to address.
I mean, it's like no other, like the unity that's created in this building, and, we do take that act on the road. It's quite incredible. Like it's overwhelming. It's so much. It's so good that, trying to describe it does it a disservice. But they were loud in that third quarter. They had the energy. They were trying to force us into playing to our habits, even in the first quarter and the second quarter. What we've been able to do, it's not you can't look into a marketing scheme because it's not that. It really is. If it's that easy, everybody would be doing it. We would bottle it up and we would sell it to the next, basketball program, but it is them creating it, them buying. You'll hear a season ticket holder buying 10 other season tickets to bring other people in, and those other 10 will buy what will become season ticket holders, and it's just a trickle down effect to the point where this is really the place to be when it comes to women's basketball. It's entertainment. It's developing and creating friendships. It is unified. I mean, you look into our arena, and you can see every seat filled, and it's of every background, like every single ethnic background. I mean, I think that is probably, we've won national championships, but I would say that we've been champions in uniting people, and that is super proud. Like that's the thing that I'm most proud of. That's the thing that's kept me here for 17 years. To walk away from what we've built here would be extremely hard, like extremely hard. And I think it's unmatched.
Pete?
Thanks, Judy.
Don, you talked about all your players at halftime chattering to be heard and make sure they get their voices there. That was a lot of what we heard last year when maybe they didn't know what they didn't know yet on the way. Is it that same, do they have that same quality, or is there a little more harder edge because they are defending national champions?
Yeah, I mean, some of it makes sense now. It does. Like, some of it is things that we really have to do to lock in on getting a win. Like, there are things that they discuss that create separation for us, or there are things that we're doing positively that we must continue to do. So you'll hear that, but you still hear like 13 voices talking at the same time, and they've probably conditioned themselves to be able to compartmentalize and just hear everything and know the gist of, you know, what the chaos is. But it sounds like chaos to us.
Last question will go to a Zoom called Zepto. Seth?
Don, Indiana's a program that's been close to your level in recent years, #1 seed a few years ago, obviously pushed your team the last couple of years. From your perspective, what do you feel like has kind of kept them from taking that next step? Is it more just rolls of the dice, luck of the draw, or do you see something bigger, a bigger difference between a program like theirs and a program like yours?
I mean, Terry can coach. Like, she can really coach. She does a really great job at getting her players to play to their strengths. Obviously, some of it is luck, some of it is matchups. Like, it really is when it comes to the NCAA tournament. So I think you just have to keep plugging. She's got the talent. She's got, you know, the assistant coaches pool of people. You know, I mean, you just got to get lucky. Just got to get lucky.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What'd you have? What'd you have?
Thank you, Coach. Let's go. Thank you so much, Coach. The last time you were down at halftime was that loss to UConn in February. I know you and Te-Hina already touched on it a little bit, but what was different this time in the locker room to pull you guys back in the game? Did you even need to say anything? Was it just a look, or was that just entirely player-led?
You know, I think when we're down at halftime, which is not very often, you know, you want to keep the same energy that you have when you're up. You know, they know, like, they really know. We got an experienced group of players that really know what needs to take place in order for us to correct what was going on out there. You know, part of it was just we missed good shots. Part of it was we missed bad shots. Part of it was, you know, our defense wasn't hitting on all cylinders. But over time, like that, the game is 40 minutes. I think within that time frame, we can get to our good habits. And we did that coming out of halftime in the third quarter. We got a chance to get Chloe on the floor, keep her on the floor a little bit longer than we did in the first half. She actually, when she got her second foul, she's like, I was ball pressuring. Well, you were not only ball pressuring, you were fouling. Like stay in the game, Chloe.